So today we're looking at the shoulder joint and the shoulder blade specifically, but it's going to encompass a lot of other things. It's going to encompass your neck, it's going to encompass your torso, so your abdominal and your back muscles, it's going to encompass your pelvis, hip flexors, groin muscles, everything's involved in this. But the focus is, can we keep the shoulder blade within an acceptable range? And by that I mean, if you have full flexibility of something, so let's just say, I can reach all the way this way, I can pull back the whole way. So we've got protraction and retraction. We're looking at within this range here, the middle range, can you control that range? Do you have adequate awareness of it? And can you demonstrate endurance and strength? And so that's this shoulder blade in here. And we're just making sure that when you do this exercise, it doesn't go too far that way and it doesn't go too far this way. So we'll show you what that looks like during the exercise. So you may not start off this exercise in the full plank position, plank being like a tall plank, so your arms are straight. You may need to go into a kneeling position. So that could look something like this. If the version that we do after this is too difficult. Alternatively, you can put your hands up higher on something like a kitchen bench or like a stool at a park. And as you bring your hands closer and closer to the ground, it'll get harder and harder. The goal though, we talked about with the shoulder blade. So if I set up this way, my whole range, if I go down, so I'm retracting, and then I push away and I'm protracting the whole way, I'm just trying to find somewhere in the middle there. So I go all the way down, all the way up, find somewhere in the middle, and then I'm trying to keep it there the whole time. And what's going to happen is I'm going to try and touch my shoulder blade. And as you do it, you're trying to limit the amount of movement that you do side to side. So your feet can go a little bit wider to help out with that, but eventually bring them more and more narrow to increase the challenge. So if I went a little bit wider, it becomes a lot easier to keep my hips in place. And you're just going for time until you feel like you start to lose some of this shoulder blade positioning. Make sure that when you stack up, you keep your hand underneath your shoulder. It's not too far forward, it's not too far back. Those aren't bad things to do, it's just not the focus of this exercise. The last thing to think about is with the head. Don't let it sink down. Try and pull your head away from the ground. See if you can last about 30 seconds and do it a few times, and see if you find that you can do the hard version or the easier version and work out from there.